What up, y'all? Back for part two. Mainly because I just heard through the grapevine that Frank Reich, former backup quarterback for the Giants, has been relieved of his duties as head coach. Like, who didn't see this coming? But to be perfectly honest, he ain't the problem there neither. Just putting that out there. Frank Reich is not the problem. Well, maybe he is. I don't know. I mean, things looked a lot more positive when he and Carson Wentz were going hand in hand. But, then Jim Irsay got rid of Carson Wentz and gave him Matt Ryan, which is either equal or lesser than the same damn thing. And what's wildly funny is they bench Matt Ryan. They put in a guy who obviously couldn't handle it, and the coach gets fired. Jonathan Taylor, coincidentally, out, but it's the coach. But you know what? I guess at the end of the day, things need to be done when you're losing, and you lose as badly as you lost last night. I mean, dude, in fantasy, the guy who went against me had New England's freaking defense, and he scored 79 fantasy points. I mean, I know in our league we rate a little high, but still, you know what I mean? Freaking, that's just embarrassing, man. I mean, that's just plain NUTZ. You know what I mean? End of day. So Frank Reich, Colts, dude. The Colts are a horrible organization. Do y'all realize this yet? Do y'all? I mean, y'all really got to start paying attention to it, man. They not going nowhere. And if you really look at their history, they got one Super Bowl with Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was bringing them there to the promise, to the playoffs a bunch of times, but they never really protected him. And that's where his injuries first came from. You know what I mean? The stuff that he had to deal with in Denver with the Broncos came from Indianapolis and the Colts. That is a very piss poor organization. They got Andrew Luck broken in pieces. I mean, I don't think it's really time to start talking smack about the quarterbacks or the players at the skill positions. I think it's time to start talking smack about the organization as a whole. That place is a black hole of football, and nobody should really, really want to go to the Indianapolis Colts. It's just not a good situation. They really need to be talked about as much as Detroit and the Browns and the really, really bad organizations in the league, because daggone it, the Colts are one of them. I'm out.